All right, so hey guys, welcome to another episode of ZUNSETZ. We got my good friends here today. We got Carson Cooke right here and Anderson Bloom, one of my good friends from Lipscomb. Thanks guys for being here today. If you want to follow them, just clicking this link is gonna be their profiles, and just make sure to do that as well. As you guys can see it, we're in soccer jerseys today, guys. We got it. So, topic for today is definitely gonna be soccer. We're gonna be talking about soccer, and we're just gonna vibe with it.
I'm Carson Cooke. I'm from West Lafayette, Indiana. I currently play for Lipscomb University, the men's team. I grew up playing soccer. I probably started when I was 2 or 3 years old, and I'm 21 now, so I've been playing my whole life. Played with some insane players, pro guys. Trained with the Mexican national team for a couple days.
Dang.
A lot of crazy stories. So
Cool.
I'm excited to be here. Excited to share.
Cool. Yeah. Andy, did you play when you were 2 years old as well?
Yeah, bro.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Started, I played my whole life up until college.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I'm now Carson's ball boy.
That's so funny.
He's techie though.
That's
He's
fair,
downplaying it.
That's fair. How'd you end up at Lipscomb? How's that experience? How did that happen?
So it's kind of a crazy story. So when I was a senior in high school, COVID hit. So that was during the peak of recruiting. It was really tough. Offers were slim because people, the way it worked is if you were in college playing college soccer when COVID happened, you got an extra year, a COVID year, which is why you see a lot of 5th and 6th years now. Right. So they got an extra year. So all those spots for incoming freshmen were diminished a lot. So some offers I had got taken away because guys weren't leaving or schools just didn't have any room. So I decided to take a gap year. So after I graduated high school as a senior, I took a gap year. Talked to a bunch of schools, and I was honestly pretty close. I was down to 3 or 4 schools, and Lipscomb wasn't even on my radar. And anyways, I got in touch with Charles, great guy. He's my coach now, so I've been loving it here. And went on a visit 2 days later, loved it. Met my roommate, one of my best friends now. We played against each other a couple days before that visit.
Name drop.
Patrick Wall.
I love Patrick.
I
actually love Patrick.
Yeah. So anyways, we played against each other, and then we were like, hey, are you going on that visit? He's like, yeah, I am. And I was like, oh, that's crazy, I am too. So I already liked him a lot.
Right.
It was a quick turnaround. The next day I was going to Nashville.
Cool.
Went to Nashville, had a great visit, and then I was like, man, this feels like home. The people, the community, great facilities, great team. And then on the way back, I was probably only an hour or two into the car ride home.
Right.
I was with my mom and dad in the car, and I just remember calling coach hey, I'm gonna commit. I'm ready.
Hell yeah. No, it's kind of funny, Carson, because I also played college soccer for 2 years.
Yeah,
man.
right.
It was not as big as here. It was just V3 at school, which it wasn't big as big as Lipscomb.
No, but I would say, bro, any college level.
Dude, that's
I
what
was just about to say.
Only 1% of players.
And that's because I wanted to talk to you, because I want to see if you felt the same things that I felt throughout my soccer career. Now I'm retired. I just do podcasts for fun, I guess.
Which is still awesome. But
Right.
I want to make that very notable. Any college soccer is good college soccer,
Right.
or is good soccer. So
The first year going through my freshman year of college, I was brand new, went to campus and everything. But the things that I struggled the most my first year was actually be able to function within the I guess the players and all the things that coach had in his head. So that was the hardest part for me. How do you feel in freshman year?
yeah, so I actually did not play at all my freshman year.
Okay.
I had a back injury coming in. I had 3 fractured vertebrae in my low back, so I redshirted my freshman year. But I can definitely share in some of those struggles that you mentioned. Coming into a college program, especially Division I program, you're adjusting to a lot. Like you said, new campus, new environment, new teammates, new system, new coach, new competition. There is guys dying to take your spot. You know what I'm saying? Kids who are coming the next couple of years that would do anything to have your spot. So not only are you fighting every day for a competition in your own team, you're fighting to stay on your team, right? And for me, the biggest thing is the physicality, the speed of play. And that's a common theme, every level you go up. You watch those guys on TV, you talking about the Euros and stuff, you're doesn't look that fast, doesn't look that strong. I promise you, it is a lot faster. It is a lot stronger than you think. Yeah. So I totally understand what you're saying. Coming into a new system, you got to learn how to play, and something that your old club coach or your old high school coach wanted you to do, or your academy coach told you one thing, that doesn't matter. if your college coach doesn't think the same way, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be on the same page as your teammates and as your guy.
And one thing I was gonna say is like, I'm sure Mateo you experienced this, but like when I came from Brazil, 2019, played club in Memphis, just the physicality of soccer here is so different. Like,
but one thing that I struggle as well, it was whenever I was back home, I was just playing semi-pro, just like playing soccer for so long, and like coaches will look at me and be like, dude, like you're actually really good and whatever. Whenever I came to America first year, dude, just a bench for like literally all the season. Like I started like questioning myself, like am I good? You know what I mean? Like I don't even know anymore. So like Carson, how do you like stay motivated? How do you like keep that motivation going?
No, that's a great question. That's probably one of the biggest things that athletes in any sport struggle with. I can only speak for myself with soccer. Like I know that going from being the man, playing all the minutes, scoring the goals, like being the guy for your team, to sitting on the bench, like not playing, having to prove yourself all over again, like that's tough, like mentally, and it's tough physically too, because the guys who play over you and get those minutes in, like they can just keep developing and creating that gap between you and them, where it's like it's getting tougher and tougher every single day to go out there and compete, because they've been playing in games, they've been starting. I've experienced that on a couple different teams, man. Like every time you go to a new team, I mean, unless you have some sort of promise or guarantee, it's a fresh start, right? Like you're working from the bottom up again, and you gotta earn everything. Like speaking in college, like yes, you have to earn everything. Like man, there are so many talented players like in every division that are good, and on your team there'll be 3 or 4 guys who you think you were the man in high school and club, they were the same guy. I've struggled. That's my biggest struggle probably in soccer, is like being on the bench, questioning like how good you are, like if I belong here, should I be on this team? And like the thing that I would tell people struggling with that, or that I told myself, was just like yes you are. Like you've put so many hours in, you've worked so hard to get here, like you're here for a reason, right? Like you have to be confident in your abilities. Like even if it's not paying off right now, like even if you're not playing right now, like just stay the course. Like put your head down, work, show up to practice early, stay late, rehab, eat good, make good decisions. Like when you get your chance, like don't try to be a hero, just play your game.
I think what motivates me is just setting up my future. Discipline is, I mean, like Carson says, just the biggest thing you could possibly do is like, whether it's in your faith, whether it's in, physical wellness, mental health, just having that discipline to put good things in your body instead of negative things. I fail all the time, but I find it easier to be motivated when I fill my body and mind with good things.
As you can be motivated one day, maybe another day you feel like not as motivated, but you have to be consistent.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. You have to be consistent with what you do, and you're doing this for your future self. Your future self is gonna thank you for the things you're doing right now, because if you're putting all those hours, all this work, guarantee you're gonna succeed.
Yeah,
anything.
You gotta love the game too.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about motivation is an emotion. It's like a rush of feelings that you get, whereas discipline is something that you have full control over.
You just gotta love what you do. Like if you get up in the morning and you don't love what you're doing, it's gonna be a lot harder to stay motivated. It's gonna be a lot harder to be consistent. It's gonna be a lot harder to put good time and energy into it.
Yeah. Nothing like the first love, man.
Yeah.
Nothing like the first love, huh?
The beautiful
Nothing
game.
like soccer. Beautiful game, man. Who's your favorite player right now?
Yeah.
What do you think? Don't say Cristiano Ronaldo.
I know that's Anderson's favorite player.
What do you got?
So, my favorite pro player is Christian Pulisic.
Oh, yeah.
Wearing his jersey,
Love
repping
it.
Mr. USA. I'm a big U.S. men's national team fan. You can see the jerseys we got. Yeah. He worked his way up through the ranks, and then he went to Dortmund at such a young age. Always been confident in himself. You can tell when he plays.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So one thing, Carson, I was gonna ask you, dude. So like, could you share to the camera and to all of us, like, what was your biggest soccer moment ever?
Oh, my
like,
biggest
could you
soccer
like walk
moment.
through it and like talk about it?
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
Man,
I'm gonna guess this is at West Lafayette High School.
At West Lafayette, it definitely could be. There's a couple.
By the way, he's never gonna say this. He has the most goals in their program history amongst, I think, a lot of other records.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I did have a good career at West Lafayette. So high school soccer is just so passionate, man. Like so different than club because you got your friends, your family, teammates.
Yeah.
My favorite moment from high school ever was came in a rivalry game. We're playing against Harrison High School, which is like our rivals. And we're up 1-0. It's at home. I'm a junior, and it's like packed out, like probably like 1,300, 1,400 people. Big game for I mean, the newspaper's there, county's there, you know, a lot of people are there. And we're up 1-0. They're getting some chances. It's close. Second half, game's back and forth. We've had chances. Seems like it's anyone's game still. And probably 4 or 5 minutes left in the game, second half. There's a throw-in on our sideline. And I'm exhausted. I've played the whole game. But I know really just need one more goal. It's about halfway. I go up. I get the ball. I turn. I dribble through about 3 or 4 guys. Every time I dribble past a guy, whoosh, crashing tackle, trying to take me out. I would stumble, get up, keep going. Another foul comes in. The ref's just advantage. I dribble all the way in, get into the box, send the goalie one way, slot it the other way, sprint over to the bleachers. Dude. Knee slide, it's wet. It gets me goosebumps thinking about it, bro. I hit this disgustingly long knee slide. I think you've seen the photos. It's probably like 20 feet, bro. Just
that's gotta be the best.
Wow. Yeah,
bro.
and
Dude,
bench ran on the field. Everyone's knee sliding. We get up right in front of our fans. Probably 300-400 people just screaming, cheering. Like that was the coolest moment for me because that's like that feeling of a derby. Like I remember writing it down when I was 8, probably, that like I'm gonna be a Division I soccer player. I'm gonna be a pro soccer player someday. And so like taking that step, like I remember like it's just so fun, like telling your family, telling like your friends like where you're gonna be going to play. Like I'm a Division I soccer player now. That's just a start, man. Like that is not, you did not make it. Like once you get to college, it's so much more work. You got to restart all over again.
It's funny because I also like I don't even know where I saw this, but they said the job is not over whenever you make it, but you have to keep it. You have to keep it going. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything if you make it to D1 school, whatever. No, you have to keep going from there.
So he's a Ronaldo fan, and like we've talked about this before. I personally am a Ronaldo fan too.
Okay. Why is that?
But Messi's the GOAT. I'm not joking. When Messi walked out, there was not a single person in the entire stadium who didn't have their phone out. Like me included. Everyone recording, videoing. I mean, you can look at the camera all you want, but I'm just saying his impact on the sport is ridiculous. Like, look, listen, there are people going to a Nashville SC game at Judas Park in Nashville wearing Barcelona jerseys from like 2012. Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, for me, I've never seen Ronaldo play in person. Like, going to that stadium, like, it's just like kind of like it's like an undescribable feeling. But like you like he walks in and you know he's in the stadium, he's on the field. Like you feel him at all times. His presence.
Sure. Messi's amazing, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and it could be Messi or Ronaldo. Like that's not my point. But you asked, if I've seen him play in person, and like. It not only did I see him play, I saw his impact in person.
Like a favorite quote that you have before you go to a game, you know how like people always have like a little quote that they just think about it before a game, just like for good luck.
Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. So essentially, you can be so talented, but if you don't work hard, you're not going to be successful.
100%.
And I like that too because like me, like growing up, like I was not the most talented player. Like I didn't have the speed or the strength or I didn't get off the bus and you're immediately like, holy cow, that guy is 6'4", like fast as lightning, I don't really have any of that. And if you look at me, I'm a 6-foot white dude who is, whatever.
Where's
normal build. Yeah. It's kind of skinny, but I work hard, you know what I'm saying? And I've worked on my craft so hard, so long that that's what makes me a special player. Like you might not see it right away when you watch me, but the more you watch me, that's what's special about me. Dude, I've done hundreds of hours of finishing. And that's my thing, is finishing, scoring. So I wasn't born with that. I worked for that, you know what I'm saying? And there is some guys that just have a natural ability to score, to whatever. They're big, they're fast. So I like that. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. And that's
awesome.
Yeah, that's I think goes with anything, you can be talented at math, but if you don't study for a test, you're going to fail. It could apply to anything. So that's one quote I really like.
Love it. So like every time like when I used to play, I used to wear like these little like tape around my wrist.
Sure.
I used to write for mom, dad, and my brother.
I used to put my parents' initials too.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
cool.
I used to
I'll
put it
take that.
there, and just I knew that was gonna be a good day. I mean, just for the good luck, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Carry me with them. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. A lot of feelings, a lot of emotions
Yeah.
when I play the game. For me, like soccer is like the best feeling ever. Like what you just described, like everything that goes into like feeling the grass, like feeling the moisture on your cleats, like tying your cleats, putting your shin guards in, high fives, like going to warm up, scoring, playing in the game, a challenge. Like everything has its own emotion, has its own feeling. Like when I play the game, no matter if it's practice, if we're shooting around, if we're playing intramurals, like, or if I'm in a college game, like whatever it is, like I just feel like bliss, just like peacefulness. Like, man, like I don't worry about homework. I don't worry about, any problems, any fights I'm having with friends, parents,
Well, to be
girlfriend,
fair,
whatever.
like physically you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it requires all of your focus, especially at this level.
Yeah,
So-
but I mean, even when I'm just training on my own, like it's an escape for me, and that's why I love it so much. Because like that's what it's always been for me. Like in high school, like going to the field, like before everyone gets there, like just being in my own world, like just me and the ball, like working on finishing, working on dribbling, whatever I'm doing. Like it's just something that gets your mind off it. And I think even if it's not soccer, everyone should have an outlet of some sort of physical activity outlet that you like to do. If it's walking, basketball, biking, swimming, anything. Like you're so focused on like what you're doing, but you love it, so it's easy to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's some days I don't like it. That's a very different clarification. There's some days like I do not like it, but I always love it. You know what I'm saying? The overall grind. Like if I'd be lying to you if I said I like doing the pacer test. I don't. I don't like doing the fitness test, but I do it because I love the game. That's a necessary step.
Right.
So just showing up every day, like
trust the process.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When I joined my Indiana Fire Academy team, like I had to be some wacky number. It was like 41 through 50 or something was my choices, and I was like, man, I don't have a clue about any of these numbers, but it was Phil Foden's first year at City, and he was like tearing it up, like young baller. He just won the U20 World Cup. I was like, he's pretty cold. Like I'm gonna be 47.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I wore 47 for like 3 years at Indiana Fire, and like he's been amazing. And now it's like you think of 47, you think of Phil Foden. It's
yeah,
like you
and I was
didn't
gonna
used
say
to.
like, so do you know the reason he wears that?
I do not.
So he has 47 tatted
Oh yeah, I saw that.
behind
I
his
saw
ear, and it's because that's the year his grandfather was born, and that's like a father figure to him.
that. That's
And
cool.
so, but
yeah,
also
sweet.
it's like he came into the squad, and I'm sure Pep Guardiola gave him a.
How coaches like are like huge part of your career. Sometimes it could be like really good. Sometimes it could be really bad. Because like a lot of athletes like struggle with that.
It's really unfortunate because this goes for a lot of the leagues in the world. Like it doesn't matter where you are, if you're a pro, if you're 10 years old. One of the biggest game killers for young kids and even older kids is coaches. Is having a bad coach, is having a incredibly hard coach who takes everything out of you. And like I'm not going to elaborate too much, but I've been through my fair share of those. Like you're never going to have every coach be good. Like as a coach, you have a really hard task of you need to put your best 11 on the field and the best 11 that work together. You got to take favorites out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I've had a lot of coaches like from club to high school to college. I mean, we have assistants coming in and out every couple of years. My dad's coached me before. That's a weird relationship, like because everyone thinks you're only playing because of your dad, which that was definitely not the case. And then I've had guys who like come in. I had a coach for 2 months, and like I didn't know anything about him. I didn't care. And then he left, and then that's it. And it's like he wasn't a good coach.
How do you think, like, what do you think is a good balance level between a coach who is very professional and very hard and very goal-minded versus the coach that may not be as hard, may not be as demanding, but is such a cool guy, you know everything about him? Like, do you think there's a balance between that, or do you think you have to pick one?
Yeah, I mean, there's coach on the field, and then there's coach off the field. Yeah, I mean, like, it's different when you're a club coach and, like, all you see is them. You show up for an hour and a half a day and you train, and then you leave, and you don't see anything about the kids and their home life. But you got to remember, like, in college especially, like, all those kids, like this is, like, their life. Like, I mean, they go to school, they eat, they sleep, and, like, they have so many other things going on that college coaches have to be aware of. You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing with academy kids and stuff, but, you know, my college coach, if I popped a tire, if I didn't know what to do, my parents aren't here, I call him.
Yeah.
He's almost like someone you look up to. Like, you know, you want to be friends with him, and you know, I'm speaking now of I was a coach.
Sure.
I'd want my players to be friends with me, and I'd want them to trust me and everything. But also, like, when it hits practice time, like, he's my superior. Like, you'll see a lot of guys, like, who, like, go for the summer. Like, it's a very interesting environment, because they'll leave for the summer and they'll go live with a host family, or they'll go, or like they'll put you in an apartment and give you a stipend and stuff, and you'll live there and play there. And it's really cool because you're in this whole league. It's like a professional environment, but you're not quite professional. That's why it's that pre-professional.
It's a great stepping stone.
Yes, amazing. And it sets you up really well for coming back to your college season, because you are playing a lot of games. You're practicing a lot of practices. Like, you are ready to go for college, and it's fun. I mean, it's fun. Like, you get to go, like, you get to go all over in your conference. Like, I was looking at some California teams I really wanted to play for, just because I love, like, San Francisco, like, the area. It's just been a personal favorite of mine. You know, opportunities, if you're a new fan getting into soccer, that, like, there's more clubs in and around your neighborhood than I feel like you think, you know. And
for sure.
And if you want to get into soccer, you're listening to this, you're like, you know, I want to support my team, support my local city. Just go to a game. Just see how it is. And there is a lot of really cool communities like that. If you go and become a part of, like, you'll love it. Yeah.
All right. So moving on, you know, on ZUNSETZ, on the project that I'm working on here in podcast. Carson, I asked you, like, about, like, what is, like, a challenge that you, like, would like me to do? Like,
I want you to figure out why you love soccer.
Okay.
Why you love soccer.
I like that.
And I want you to reignite that passion sometime this summer. So if you love soccer because of the competition, I want you to go play in a pickup game at Melrose Park.
Oh, yeah. Sunday, dude. Monday till Friday. I'll wake up 5 a.m, go work out.
I like that.
You know, a little workout, you know, a little workout sesh, go for a little run, a little playing with the ball for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll be challenged.
Just reconnect with the game. I just feel like, you know, we're all very passionate about soccer, all of us sitting here. And it's like, you've been retired for a little bit, you know, haven't been playing as much. And sometimes, like, getting back out there and just playing is, like, such a great feeling. I mean, you probably felt it, like, recently. With intramurals, like, just playing again, man.
I mean, even if the competition's awful,
it doesn't
just
matter.
Scoring a goal and having, I mean, I was going to say, bro, passion is hard to come by. It's super rare to be passionate about something.
Yeah. And
so I try and take care of my passion for soccer. If I can't play, I'll watch. Like this, I want really quick Euro and Copa America predictions. Okay. Euro Copa America predictions. Then I'll give mine.
Okay.
Copa America, champion Brazil.
Oh my God! I knew he was gonna say that.
Runner up, Colombia.
Oh, Colombia looking pretty good.
I told you they look
pretty good. Copa America.
USA, they just killed you.
Dark horse USA. USA looks amazing. The best team they've had in a long time. Yeah. And top scorer, I'm gonna go with Luis Diaz from Colombia.
Oh, Luis Diaz,
that's
crazy,
a good pick,
crazy
actually.
player. Yeah.
And in Copa America, is that even a question?
USA.
I mean, I have to say them, obviously. Top goal scorer, Pulisic.
Yeah. Could happen.
Number 10.
Very well could happen.
Cool.
But I don't know. I kind of like Colombia as well. They did just wreck us.
They look amazing.
Yeah, really good.
Dude, they were playing great. Colombia.
Yeah.
Mateo?
Copa America,
Here,
Argentina, win it all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Brazil is not going to get it, guys. Argentina, got to support, I don't know, I'm just going to say Ecuador runner-up. And to be honest,
you could say
I want to say Luis Diaz as well, Colombian, dude.
I was either going to say him or Julian Alvarez for...
Oh, Alvarez for Argentina?
Looks great.
I don't know. I think if Luis Diaz plays on his prime, he can actually play really well.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
This is like such a random story, but before the 2022 World Cup, I referenced it earlier, but there was a bunch of different teams that came to like before the World Cup qualifiers because they were in like Chicago, whatever, like our region, like Ecuador, Mexico, Costa Rica, I think. Maybe a couple others were all training like around us. And we got to train with Mexico. That was really cool.
Really?
Like Ochoa is a beast.
Tell him the Ochoa story. Bro.
Yeah, bro, this is crazy.
What is it?
So they were training for 2 or 3 days, whatever. And they asked us for some bodies. The first day we were just passing, crossing, working with the strikers. Like, I'm in the back of Raul Jimenez's Instagram post, by the way. That's one of the random ones. Crazy. But, dude, those guys shoot the ball so hard. It's ridiculous. But anyways, we're finishing up one of the days, and some of the guys are taking free kicks, penalties. And Ochoa was kind of standing there, and we're all watching. I'm like, dang, this is crazy. Ochoa's right there. Ball kind of rolls over to me. There's no one next up. I'm like, I'll take one. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I set it down and
PK?
Yeah, PK. And I just do my run up, pass it to a corner, and he's like, oh. Like,
Dang.
good goal. Scored on Ochoa.
Okay.
But it
Gotta
doesn't really count. He didn't try at all, but I was just like, wow. That is crazy. I can say that me and Ronaldo both scored on Ochoa.
So, guys, you know, real quick before we close this up, Carson, so just to the younger players, whatever, to the young kids that are watching you that are pursuing like soccer career or someone that just love soccer, what's your takeaway or like message that you want to send that to them?
Yeah, my biggest takeaway is if you love the game, keep playing. It doesn't matter what level, it doesn't matter what team, you know, you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to do things that you don't want to do. You're going to have to get up early. You're going to have to stay up late. Just keep playing. Stay the course. You know, bad coach, bad system. It doesn't matter. Just keep playing and believe in yourself. If you think you can make it, if you're confident, just bet on yourself. Just go to practice every day with the mindset, I'm the best player here. I can do whatever my job is. If I'm a defender, I can defend. If I'm a goalie, I can save goals. If I'm a striker, I can score. Just go to practice, go to games, be confident, keep playing, and then just put your head down and grind, man. If you're a young player and you look up to these college guys, look up to these pro guys, you want to be in their shoes, just take it day by day. You know, you can't become a pro player in a day. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
It's hours and hours and days and weeks and months and years of grinding. And you might feel close to quitting. You might feel close to giving up. And if you love the game and you really want to do it, just keep playing, man. Just keep playing. Go in your backyard.
Love it.
Kick a ball against the wall. Whatever you got to do, man. Just keep playing.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for being here today. Carson, appreciate you. Dude, awesome podcast. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for
Before
having
we
me.
leave, can we just say sunsets to come around like that? Just sunsets. All right. 1, 2, 3. Sunsets.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, guys.
for listening.
Appreciate you.